Greetings all, Ferrari-Man 601 here. Welcome back to Flight Simulator 2020, and welcome to London City Airport. We've got our Beechcraft Baron 58 here today, and what are we doing? Well, we are going to continue our impromptu, very much stop-start haphazard series of finding racetracks in Flight Simulator. Today, we are going to find Brands Hatch. Yes, and if I've done my calculations correctly, we should, in big air quotes here, should be able to turn right, and we'll be over the circuit in about 10 minutes, a little bit less. We shall see. But first off, we got to get this thing powered up and in the air. So let's get to doing that. Let's get some electricity in this thing. We got battery masters up. Right, we've got a HUD, well, not a HUD, but a PFD. Alternators are off at the moment. Yep. Let's get avionics. That's all well and good. We got fuel tank selectors. We got both wing tanks on. Good.
TOS system test, okay.
Right, aileron trim is neutral. Cowl flaps are closed. Rudder trim is neutral. Pitch trim is going to be all sorts of out of whack, I believe. Neutral for takeoff. What are we actually showing here? Right. Show us for neutral. Good. That's good. Show me a map. Good. And give me a zoom, if you will. Good. Okay. Be nice if this gave us roads, because that's how I'm going to be wanting to navigate, but whatever. Looks to me that if we just set up a heading here for about, I don't want to quite turn due south. Let's try 160 and see what that gives us. I also am going to want to fly reasonably low here. Let's set up for 1,500 feet. And we'll see what all of that gives us. Cool, cool. Give me boost pump, low, high. Right. Let's start up the right engine. Check the manifold pressure. Right. We are going. We don't need to boost pump. Get a right alternator. Cool, cool. And for the left engine, both mags give me high pressure. Start the engine here. And we be going. Give me some lights. Got beacon strobe. Don't need our ice light there. We got our nav lights. Don't need the panels. Landing lights are on. Get our left alternator up. Good voltage and no alerts. Last bit, pitot heat on, and get our flaps to down. All right, we got them. We got two good engines, two good alternators. Voltages are good. Alternator load is off scale high. Responding to throttle, that's good. Why is our alternator load so friggin' high? Don't got nothing to do with the pitot heat. Our lights? Might be. Yeah. Yeah, the lights are big time energy hogs. Oh well. Right. Parking brakes released and let's go. Full throttle. Bit of right rudder. Right, airspeed's a lie. 40, 50, 60. Oh, there comes some rudder authority. Let's lift it up. There we are. Positive rate. Gear up. A little bit of surface crosswind there. Bring the flaps in. Okay, so autopilot. Let's give us some autopilot and we will do heading. Altitude 1500. Throttle the engines back a touch. Need 500 feet per minute. And we'll see if we can get anywhere near Brands Hatch. Should be pretty good from where we're sitting. Take a look outside. Gonna wait for ATC from London City to tell us to take a hike. Cool stuff, cool stuff. We can turn off the landing lights now. We don't need them no more.
Charlie Papa leaving my airspace, frequency change approved.
Roger, leaving airspace, see ya.
City Tower Beechcraft Foxtrot uniform. Charlie Papa frequency change.
Right, don't want to deal with ATC any more than I have to. So for that reason, I'm not gonna. Now, okay, from the Google Earth stuff, you see where those these two roads intersect. One of those roads, if I am very much not mistaken, is going to be the M25. The M25 and the M20 intersect at that cross there. From there, Brands is going to be another couple of miles south if we follow the M20. Well, southeast, really. So we're pretty much on target. That'll be good. A little bit of a course correction. I can already see something that looks awful lot like some rolling hills, which is always good. Of course, we know Brands Hatch has no elevation change at all. Big sarcasm. Yeah, we're gonna be real close real soon. Should be on our right pretty much any moment now. If we can see anything outside. Right, so there's the road. See something that seems suspiciously like a circuit right about 12 o'clock from our picture position, about our 2 o'clock from the cockpit. Yeah, that is it. We done found it. I am gonna zero our VS hold and take the autopilot down entirely. All right. So there it is. Absolutely no mistake in it. We found Brands Hatch. Until next time, thank you very much for watching. Ferrari 601 saying thanks, and of course, we will see you soon. Psych! Nope, we found it, but of course we got to take a look at it. Yeah, so obviously we have got the
500.
elongated Grand Prix circuit.
500.
And we have also got the Indy circuit, as they call it. I prefer to call it the club circuit, I suppose. But, yeah, there it is.
Stall. 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 Stall.
I know we're in a pretty bad situation there with angle of attack, but... Alright. Place really is just cut into the forest, isn't it? Clearways in the Clark corner. Start finish, paddock hill. Cool, cool. Druids. Nice. I like all that. Now, where the hell can we land? Start finish probably makes the most sense. If any sense is to be had from this pole extravaganza, let's see. Let's give ourselves a little bit of distance. Well, that would explain our issues there with the stall. The trim went all the hell over the place. Okay. Now, let's think about looping around. See what our trim wheel's actually showing. Okay, pretty neutral. Okay, let's swing a hard right. We'll do a 180 turn.
Stall.
Yep. Angle of attack, what is it? I don't know. This is what I get for not confirming my heading before we started the turn. Broke out a little bit too early, I do reckon. Okay. Get some bearings. Is that it? I don't think so. Back to the roads, okay. We turned away from it again, that's okay. We can always find it again. Okay. Man, this airplane is draggy. Now, of course, I don't know if we actually can land down on start-finish. It's just a hunch, as being the longest and straightest part of the track that's not surrounded by trees. So I guess that's desirable. Get the gear down. Right. I think we're going to have to touch down right at the exit of the Clark curve and just stand on the brakes because, yeah, we're here. Right. Set it down, stand on those brakes. Okay. We're stopping. Oh, we're bouncing, but we're stopping. Okay. How are we going to take off? That's a better question. But we're here. Okay. That is Paddock Hill Bend, obviously. That's a hole. That's some topographical misfortune. Okay. We're here. We're on the ground, and we're not dead. Much to many people's chagrin, I am very sure. Shut the engines down and keep the batteries up so it doesn't go into its stupid, oh, you're done flying, here's your stats mode. Okay. Right, so we're here, and this is this how you, is this a tunnel in real life? Is this how you get inside the circuit? Probably is. Never seen that in iRacing or Assetto Corsa, but then again, I've never really looked too hard in the infield of this place. But we're here. Welcome to Brands Hatch. It is a fantastic circuit, and let's get a sense of the absolutely huge, expansive nature of this place. I mean, people consider this a compact circuit. I mean, it does have a Grand Prix configuration, quite obviously, but I mean, you know, it's pretty big. This is the full extent of the place, as you can see. And I mean, you know, it's pretty large. I mean, you could quite easily fit, you know, probably 30,000 people around this place. I mean, even take a look at the pit facilities by themselves. What do you see? I mean, clearly you got the paddock area where you have, obviously, your garages, which are modeled as garages here. That's pretty cool. And the track surface here, quite obviously, and then we have got some more garages and industrial-looking buildings for where the main grandstands would be. But easily, capacity crowd here of around, I don't know, 40,000, 50,000, maybe more. Of course, you have all this space in the infield and out there on the Grand Prix circuit for when they have events on that. So you could probably fit 4,000 people just down the start-finish straight if you gave them 6-foot distancing between themselves. So, you know, I really think this place is absolutely appropriate to be a reasonably large venue, and certainly I don't think they would have any issues with a capacity limit or anything like that. But let's do a lap here around Brands Hatch, and you know, obviously start-finish straight is where we landed. Right on the entrance of Paddock Hill Bend is where we are. So there we go. Down Paddock Hill. The exit curbs here, very cool to see that. They're done in just different colors of dirt here as far as Flight Simulator is concerned. But coming up the hill here in the grass, the whole track surface appears to be grass. This is Pilgrim's Rise. And you can see it actually is quite a rise. Have a look. We're back up at the same level, basically, in terms of ground level as where we landed back there on Paddock Hill. But up Pilgrim's Rise, this is a bridge in reality. And then into Druids. Look at this. On camber, second gear corner in most cars. And it just goes on and on until you run into the trees, which completely block the track, which means a hot lap of Brands Hatch in an airplane is not going to happen. I am terribly sorry. But we come out of Druids, and then we come down to the Cooper Strait here. Beautiful. Blast down here. Very, very nice. And here is where we have the two configurations here that we've got at Brands Hatch. If we continue down here, it takes us to the Clark Curve and back down start finish. So we've got a glorified oval here for what they call the Indy circuit. But if we continue, this is the Grand Prix circuit. We go up the hill. Little kink, little bridge. There actually is a bridge here. How about that? It's not you know, it's not the bridge that you would see in reality, but it's a bridge. That's cool. It's a road bridge here. It's a pedestrian bridge in the real world, I do believe. But that's cool. And I am getting all sorts of weird vibrations on my controller, and I don't want my airplane to crash, even though I've got the parking brake on. Would it be better if we repositioned ourselves and continued our little slew around? It might be. I don't know if we're slowly moving around or what. If I release the parking brake, we're just going to go. So you can see. Yeah. So parking brake is back on. We're going to restart both engines. Yep. We're going to restart both engines, and we're going to flip ourselves around and head back down, start finish in the opposite direction. Got to be careful I don't fall into the hole. How far are we from the hole? Is this a smart decision? I don't know, but we're going to keep doing it. It's not a smart decision. Okay. Give me a little bit of power. I gotta turn the airplane around onto ground without falling into a hole off on our left, as well as without going backward, because that could be real bad. Okay, we are bouncing along here. There's the line for the pit exit. Okay. A little bit of gravity-assisted braking here. Bouncing a bit too much for my liking. Ground is very far from level. It's certainly not a pool table smooth racetrack by any means, but all right. Let's see if we can just park in pretty much a neutral area without too much of a rise before Clark Curve goes up in the other direction now. Stop the alternators. Stop the engines. Okay, anyway, as we were, going up the hill, there's the bridge. Is this a, nope, it's not. I thought for a moment we had a 3D car here. We just have the remnants of the image of a car. But cool nonetheless. This real fast right-hander. More trees. Ah, circuit's blocked in 2 places. not a whole bunch of fun, but this is the Derek Minter Straight. And then we come down the hill pretty sharply. Cars wash out wide here. You can actually see remnants of tire tracks where people have gone wide. That's cool. Looks like we had 2 humans walking the circuit at this point. Whenever the scan was taken, running down Dingle Dell. All these great corner names and things in Britain. Little flick, Formula 1 car, this is flat. Man, the forest has completely overgrown this section. The track almost completely disappears. That's a shame. This would have been fun to try and lap in an airplane, but as you can see, we have no chance of doing that whatsoever. More trees on the track. Ah, man. Clearways. Clearways is anything but clear. Look at this. This is taking a stroll in the woods here. There's the bridge again. Okay, so we've got 2 low bridges and we have forest. So, yeah, we're not doing laps here, but not bad. Not bad at all, I gotta say. And is this animated water? No, it's not. Thought it was for a moment, but it would be completely out of place if it were, but I was just wondering. And then obviously the pit in and all that stuff and start finish. Why is this so bumpy is my real question, other than the fact that it's made of dirt. I don't know. I really don't know, but that is a lap of Brands Hatch here, as close as we could get to it, anyway. This is a karting track. The karting track vaguely resembles the Indy circuit. That's cool. I like that. I think there's another, yep, there we go, another karting track here. Or is it? No, this is just some random road. I think on Google Earth this is another kart track. Would make sense if it were, but it ain't, at least not here in FS. But I do like this, a little kart track that looks an awful lot like the Indy configuration. Just rotated 180 degrees, and yeah, there's a very strong resemblance. I like that a lot. Backside of the paddock, you can see where vehicles should be. They're just 2D projections. And then back to our airplane, where I guess we should go back to London City. But that's cool. Another circuit that we have found here in Flight Simulator. Not too shabby, if I may say so. What is shabby, though, is what's being done to Brands Hatch, because, you know, we have the CCP releasing things from labs with funding and the blessing of the United States of America and the NIH, and they're saying, oh, you can only have 4,000 people here at Brands Hatch, this immense facility. Give us free. See. At any rate, is it going to make sense to try and take off in the same direction we landed? Probably. I can't think of any other way to do it. Around. Get to the exit of the corner and firewall the throttles. Bouncing like mad, but we have to. Here's full throttle. Let's go, pal. All right, we're up. No sudden movements because we're below stall speed. All right, got it. Here. Flaps. Make a turn. It's an oval. Hello, oval. You're a running track, I think. Watching me some sort of prehistoric amphitheater or whatever. Okay, London City. Hello, London City.
City Tower Beechcraft Foxtrot uniform. Charlie Charlie Papa is 11 miles southeast, 1,200 feet with Sierra to land.
Beechcraft Foxtrot uniform. Charlie Charlie Papa City Tower. Altimeter 29.9er, 2 wind 272 and 8. Enter left downwind runway 09er.
Roger.
Enter left traffic runway 09er Beechcraft Charlie Charlie Papa.
Alright, left downwind. Runway 9. Fine by me. Playing off the trim. What is our fuel doing in the... Okay. Must be some wind then. Trim this out a little. Right. Aileron trim is not going to do it. More I muck around with this, the more distance we just burn up to our destination. So we should probably be thinking about turning onto our downwind or our upwind leg, rather. Got low volts, probably because we didn't turn on the alternators. Yep. Problem solved. Right out there in the distance is some hideous structure that they call art in London, and over there is some sort of other hideous structure that they call a football stadium over there. There's only one football in this world, and it's what they don't play in America. Right. Totally breaking all the rules here. We are right in the takeoff route here out of London City, but flip me around. Down there, quite obviously, is some very famous river. We got ourselves a big freeze at the moment. Yep, sorting itself out now. But yes, very famous river. That is, I believe, over there in Britain, they call it the Thames. But everybody knows it's really called the Thames. Silly Brits that can't pronounce anything. What is that gigantic nuclear reactor looking thing? That is a stadium, isn't it? Yeah.
Crescent Waldo Quebec uniform with 272 and 8. Cleared to land runway 09er. Beechcraft Charlie Charlie Papa followed a Cessna caravan on base. With 272.
Niner Beechcraft Charlie Charlie Papa.
We got traffic? You kidding me? There's some other person out here who's trying to do what I'm doing? Well, don't they know who I think I am?
Clear to land runway 09er, Cessna Bravo, Quebec uniform.
All right, so there's another plane on base right around me, which means I am going to have to just continue to distance myself a touch. Guess we'll take this opportunity to take a brief look around London. You know, there's the first place in the world with the name London was actually New London, Connecticut, but you know, to try and throw people off the scent of the fact that they stole it, they had to make this city called London without the new, because in reality it should have been New London, but, you know. Also, this part of the British Isles, the southern part of the main island, it's known as England, where they speak American. We're going to flip around and set ourselves up for a longish final. That thing? What is this thing? Not the building thing, the thing next to it. That's just a rail junction. Okay. The building thing probably has some sort of new age fancy ass name. I'm going to call it, it's building, yeah. That, I do believe, is the famous Puente de Torre there. Some people may refer to it as London Bridge. Some other absolute morons may call it Tower Bridge, but everybody knows that it's actually called Puente de Torre.
500. 500.
As you can see, we have now gone below the tops of the buildings, which is not what you want to do on approach here into London City, I reckon.
Cessna Bravo, Quebec uniform. Turn next taxi.
Ah, right, so the guy in front of us has landed, and that's the only reason why we went on this little excursion. Otherwise, we would have turned in real tight. But now, let's see, we are lined up and we are below glide slope by a while, but doesn't make sense to climb. And approach flaps out.
Cessna Bravo, Quebec uniform. Turn next
Get
taxiway.
off the runway, you imbecile.
Cessna Bravo, Quebec uniform. Contact
Thank you.
on 121.83.
Alright, we got full flaps. Here.
121.83 for Cessna Bravo, Quebec
For
uniform.
God's sake, just get off the frequency. Thank you very much. Right, we are coming down. Looking at the puppies. All red, you'll soon be dead. Awesome.
$500.
500. Gear is down and locked. We are full flaps because that's how we roll. Wonder what the capacity limit is for London City Airport. You know, it's a reasonably small place. Probably a lot of private jets go through here. surely they wouldn't be allowing any private charters or, you know, anything like that out of here at the moment, would they? I mean, if you can't get people into Brands Hatch on their own volition, you surely couldn't get any privately operated airplanes in and out of London City Airport, could you? No, that would be silly. All right, we are going to aim at the touchdown zone. A little long, but we're down. All right. And we are going to get off this runway a whole lot faster than that Cessna moron did, because, you know, we're considerate flyers. We certainly wouldn't be using time on approach where we should have a sterile cockpit to make political statements. Absolutely not.
Beechcraft Charlie. Charlie Papa turn next taxiway.
Turn next taxiway. What exactly is the next taxiway? Because that's got a big ol' X through it. And this is a turning circle. So let's actually use it for what it's supposed to be used for. Obviously, bigger airplanes would be used in this, but, you know.
Beechcraft Charlie. Charlie Papa contact ground on 121.
Look at that. We're off of the frequency immediately, even though we're still on the runway, and that's actually pretty damn dangerous that they would throw us off the tower frequency for using the runway turnaround hack, but oh well.
121.83 Beechcraft Charlie. Charlie Papa.
City ground, you mind telling your tower controller that he's not done with me yet?
City ground Beechcraft Foxtrot uniform. Charlie Charlie Papa taxi to parking.
Beechcraft Foxtrot uniform. Charlie Charlie Papa taxi to general aviation parking using taxiway cross runway 09 Radgo.
Cross runway 09er.
Taxiing to general aviation
And then
parking
Echo.
using taxiway cross runway 09er Echo Beechcraft Charlie Charlie Papa.
Hey, genius! Watch where you're driving your thing.
Beechcraft Charlie Charlie Papa hold position, caution other traffic.
Hold position. Roger.
Beechcraft
Continue
Charlie,
taxi.
Charlie Papa,
Jeez, it's
continue
worse than
taxi.
driving in New Jersey, for God's sake.
Roger Beechcraft Charlie Charlie Papa.
That's a bump. What the hell is a bump doing in the middle of a taxiway? Oh, there's that Cessna that beat us down here. Alright. Why do I have this moron in his thing that he's driving? He's doing like 18 knots. Hey. You want to use a turn signal. You got turn signals on that thing, genius. Okay, now all I need is the catering truck to come and T-bone us. That'd be fantastic. All right. Kind of a sharp turn as we've burnt up the brakes here on the Baron. Turn. Turn tighter than that. You know, you can turn tighter than that. Whatever. Yep. All right, I know you want me to turn left. Just a little bit. Just a little bit. All right, you want me to go straight? Yes. You want me to keep going straight? You want me to stop before I kill you? Yep. Okay. We're stopped. Parking brake is applied, and you're not giving me the shutdown cue, so I'm just going to do that on my own because... Or do you actually want me to keep pulling forward a little bit? You want me to keep going forward just a smidge. Because you're going to be that kind of guy. Right. Whatever. I thought we were good to begin with, but, you know, then you're just going to put your arms down and look at me like I've got 15 heads. So, yeah. All right, we're stopped, and we're going to shut down. have power there is what brings up the stupid, oh, look at the statistics. Oh, yeah, you know. Right, so we're back here at London City. We have found Brands Hatch, and because that moron just didn't know how to signal properly, we overshot the park bar by quite a ways, like almost the entire length of the airplane. This guy with the pushback thing nearly got cut in half by leading edge of our wing. Or is that a guy? Oh no. Maybe we should ask this what gender it is. I don't know. There are like 50 to choose from these days. I can't quite determine. But this is a guy, undoubtedly. Here we go. Cool. So we found Brands Hatch, and it looks an awful lot like Brands Hatch, much like the other circuits that we have seen here in Flight Simulator. Unfortunately, we can't do a lap because it's covered with trees in no fewer than 3 locations. So that's a bit of a downer, but it looks good enough from the air, and of course it's quite recognizable even when you do get down on ground level. There are plenty of things that do actually look pretty authentic. So another reasonable job as far as Flight Simulator goes in rendering a racetrack, in as much as that this is a flight simulator and not a racing sim. But very, very cool. Who has not done a good job, though, is the UK, in terms of Brands Hatch being told that they're only big enough for 4,000 fans. Nope. You want the circuit to close permanently because they go bankrupt? That's exactly how to make that happen. Go to Brands Hatch, whether they let you in or not. Go, because as long as you're paying, they'll let you in. I am quite certain. Otherwise, they're going to be bye-bye, and it will be no more. So, yeah, restrictions are oppressive and illegal. Brands Hatch obviously can hold more than 4,000 people. And if you happen to believe this stuff, if you happen to believe that there's still danger out there from all of this bullshit, unsubscribe. Until next time, thank you very much for watching. Ferrari Man 601 saying thanks, and of course, we will see you soon.